visual this time, because obviously they don't want whatever we're about to talk about. They probably already know what we're going to talk about because it is Squirrel Tribe and we talk about the stuff that's going on. And there we go. Okay, there we go. I'm glad you guys can hear me. You guys can say it's working. We're good. That makes me very happy because I don't know what the crap the last one was. I don't even know if y'all could hear me. Screen was completely black. I tried to fix everything, but it is what it is. Okay, so number one, allergies are currently kicking my ass. So if I sound some type of way, then, you know, it's because I'm stuffy and whatever else is going on. But let's jump into literally everything that is happening right now. So you guys, we talked about it yesterday. I'm trying to fix this camera because it's way too close to my damn face. We talked about it yesterday, Israel and Iran, and obviously we're going to get to that in just a second, but we're going to talk about a couple other things first. The first thing I do want to talk about really quick, which I think is cool, so I kind of just want to mention it to you only because, where is it? Hold on. Y'all, everything is like wonky right now, and I have no idea why. I don't know if it's like the internet in general or if it's just where I'm at. I don't know. But Ivanka Trump posted up literally 10 minutes ago. She says, a special day with people we love today, surrounded by family. My father-in-law, Charles Kushner, was sworn in as a U.S. ambassador to France and Monaco by Donald Trump and by the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio. And congratulations, Ambassador Charles Kushner. So I'm just going to show you a picture here. I don't know how people feel about Charles Kushner. So I'm just letting you know he has been sworn in as, there's the swearing in right there of him as the, like I said, the U.S. ambassador to France and Monaco. We already know how we feel about France. What's his face? The one who's married to the guy who's supposed to be a woman, but I'm pretty sure is E.T. in whiteface, whatever. Anyway, so that's what happened today. Now that you have that, the other thing I would like to mention to you is yesterday, they posted up that President Trump was basically going silent, going dark for the evening. There weren't going to be any more posts. He was not going to be on TV. He was not going to have a State of the Union address kind of thing like we were worried about when it comes to Israel and Iran and everything that yesterday seemed to be popping off all over the place. So he didn't do any of that. And they said that he was done talking for the night. And then the very next thing that happened was he posted up on social media, on X and Truth Social, that to this morning they were going to put up two big, beautiful American flags on the White House lawn. A north and a south is what was said. A lot of people went conspiracy theorists, like real quick with that, just FYI. They were talking about how, I'm trying to remember everything I read. A lot of people are saying that the flags were north and south so that it was saying that the area in between had been conquered or captured, meaning the United States had conquered or captured the area in between the flags, so that if Iran did invade, that then the United States would be that little small space. It was absolutely crazy. I don't know exactly where people were going with that. And so I had to get off the internet at that point because I was like, this is a lot even for my brain to fully understand what they're trying to say right now. But this morning they did put the flags up, and then President Trump, when it was all said and done, he stood there and shook the hand and took a picture with every single man that had and woman, I'm sure, that had something to do with the flags. But look at the crane operator, knocked the frack out. Probably has no idea that he missed out on getting to shake the hand of the president because he was taking a nap. But hey, working that crane must have been exhausting, right? But they did get the flags up. I want to show you. This is from the White House page on X itself. You guys can see here, this is where they have the flag going up. That thing is massive. It is a big, beautiful flag, which is exactly what he wanted. So they have the flag going up, and I don't know if they got both of them up because I've been, like I said, all sniffly and whatever else today. So I don't know if they got both of them up or not, but at least one of them is all done. And here is a better view of it once it's all up and finished. I think it's still just the one for now. Y'all let me know if I am wrong. But okay, so here is what is interesting to me. I'm going to go in timing. I want to go timing wise. So let's make sure I have this in the right timing. 23 hours ago, one day ago, I'm just getting all my stuff here. One day ago. Okay, so one day ago, the White House posted from Mike Huckabee, a pastor, politician, ambassador, and great person. That's what President Donald J. Trump said, okay? And they posted up on the White House X account, this right here that I'm going to read to you. And it said, Ambassador Huckabee's text to President Trump. And it says, Mr. President, God spared you in Butler, Pennsylvania to be the most consequential president in a century, maybe ever. The decisions on your shoulders I would not want to be made by anyone else. You have many voices speaking to you, sir, but there is only one voice that matters, his voice. I am your appointed servant in this land and am available to you for you, but I do not try to get in your presence often because I trust your instincts. No president in my lifetime has been in a position like yours, not since Truman in 1945. I don't reach out to persuade you, only to encourage you. I believe you will hear from heaven, and that voice is far more important than mine or anyone else's. You sent me to Israel to be your eyes, ears, and voice, and to make sure our flag flies above our embassy. My job is to be the last one to leave. I will not abandon this post. Our flag will not come down. You did not seek this moment. This moment sought you. It is my honor to serve you, Mike Huckabee. And this was sent and published at least last night, 24 hours ago, okay? Right after that, literally an hour after that, the White House posted a video with these words. It says, I do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, so help me God, which is what President Trump had to say when he took his, is it the presidential oath, right? That's what they call it, the presidential oath on January. Is my iPad upside down? I'm trying to find the volume button. I'm having a brain fart because it's upside down. On January 20th. Come on, work yourself. Because I want you guys to hear. Do I want you to hear? If there's music to this, I can't do it. Hold on. Wait. Okay. I think maybe we could do this. This is a video they put up with that.
National Mall center stage for a festival, flyover, military parade.
Can y'all see this? Hopefully you can.
Thanks for their extraordinary service and devotion. 250 years ago, America stands tall, America stands proud, America stands free.
Yeah, I know it's in reverse. I apologize. That's YouTube live streams. They like to do everything they can to F it up. But for that to go up 1 hour after they put up the text from Mike Huckabee talking about how he would hate to be in Trump's position, how he's staying in Israel at the embassy until everything, you know, he'll be the last person to leave, which that sounds weird to me already. An hour later, they put this up, which I know is about the parade that happened on Flag Day on June 14th, which coincided with President Trump's birthday. And it's all about, you know, the Army being around for 250 years, and that's what it's for. But the timing of it right now, with everything that is going on between Israel and Iran and us kind of stuck in the middle is weird, crazy timing. And then you have the flag going up, and that going up on the White House X account and whitehouse.gov, the video of the flag going up. And then the next thing you have, just an hour ago, the White House posted, we affirm with unwavering certainty that in the years ahead and in every generation hence, whenever duty calls and whatever danger comes, the American soldier will be there. No matter the risk, they will seize the crown of victory. And there was another video, just a little bit here. I'm not going to, it's the same one, I think, like a lot of the same stuff of him and Melania and the White House and the people. And that was put up. That was put up just 1 hour ago on the White House X account. So it'll also be on whitehouse.gov. The crazy part here is, now, I will tell you that I take the things that this person posts with a grain of salt, because some people, I try not to be, but some people are very over sensationalized. This person that I'm about to show you their post, he does a lot of really good work. He did a lot of good work during Lahaina and some other stuff, but there's been a lot of, I'm going to let you make up your own mind. But this person, being Hustle Bitch, posted up that the doomsday plane is in the sky. You guys can see here, this says the E-4B night watch is in the sky. The Pentagon's flying bunker built to survive nukes, EMPs, and command a world war if DC goes dark. It only flies when shit's about to go down. This isn't a drill. It's the highest level of military alert, and it's happening as tensions with Iran are on the edge of ignition. Missiles are moving. Oil routes are flashing red. They're not warning the public, but they just activated the war machine. Something's coming. Clock's ticking. That for me is so over sensationalized and designed to scare the shit out of you. But maybe it's because if this is real, if this is really in the air, we probably should be scared. Like, I was worried that they had talked about, somebody had said that they saw this when the plane and the helicopter collided at, was it Reagan National Airport a couple months ago? Remember, it had the female pilot in the helicopter crashed into the airplane that was carrying the ice skaters, I believe, as everybody was on that plane, and obviously a bunch of others. But Hustle Bitch is not the only one to post that. Now, the reason I'm telling you this is because of the timing of everything. This person, which I don't know what this account is, I saw this one first with this account. Then I saw Hustle Bitch say it. So I don't know if Hustle Bitch saw it on this and ran with it or what. But according to this, the Doomsday plane, which is the President's Emergency Command aircraft, just landed at Joint Base Andrews outside Washington, D.C., following a highly unusual flight path from Shreveport, Louisiana. Historically, this aircraft is activated during severe crises, including military or nuclear threats. Last known presidential use was September 11th, 2001. We all know exactly what September 11th was. Potential implications. They're saying best case, prep for U.S. military action on Iran with heightened presidential security. Worst case, anticipation of nuclear escalation in the Middle East, closely monitoring updates incoming. And then they posted this picture saying that this was the flight that the Doomsday aircraft took from the bottom left over in Louisiana up to, what is it, Joint Base Andrews? Is that what I said? I believe that's what I said. So there's that. Now, the reason that I'm not 100% sure on that is because I do not see anything, and I could have missed this, but I do not see anything where Benny Johnson posted about it. I did not see where Alex Jones posted about it. I did not see where anybody large like that posted about it. So that is something that I am taking with a grain of salt, no matter what, because I feel like personally, if it was as legit as it should be, there would be major, bigger names that would have said something about it. And when it's not being said, it makes me wonder if it's not real. So I tell you guys everything, though. And I tell you when I'm not 100% positive, I'm not positive that this Doomsday plane is moving. But it would not surprise me, especially if you have, now they're saying that President Trump has said that he wants, or the leader of Iran said he wants to meet President Trump to talk. And I'm like, I don't know about all that. You know what I mean? Like, to me, that's not a very good idea. It doesn't mean that it's not going to happen. I don't think it's a great idea. Alex Jones did post what you voted for versus what you got. And you see you voted for President Trump, and what you get is they're saying the next George W. Bush, because you know how people feel about Bush and 9/11, what really happened there, and all these other things. So I'm just giving you all of the information as I'm coming across it, because again, you just never know what is real and what is not at this point when it comes to what's going on between Israel, Iran, and the United States. And I've told you before, I don't have enough biblical knowledge to say anything. Ted Cruz and Tucker Carlson just had an interview where Tucker Carlson obviously does not like Ted Cruz, because he went after him pretty hardcore on a couple different things, because Ted Cruz was talking about how he believes that we should stick up for Israel, right? Because Israel in the Bible, it says along the lines, and I will paraphrase the crap out of this, just FYI, along the lines of, if you stand with Israel, basically you will go to heaven. So, along those lines, y'all know that I'm messing that up, but it's the gist of it, right? And if you do not stand with Israel, that you pretty much go to hell. That's what I get from it, from not having read this thing, right? This thing, y'all, the specific passage of it. Okay. So Ted Cruz is talking about it, saying that when he was a young boy, he went to church and he learned all about how you're supposed to side with Israel. And Tucker Carlson's like, so you want me to side with the government in Israel? And Ted Cruz said, no, it's the nation of Israel, not the government of Israel, but the nation of Israel. And Tucker Carlson asked him, well, what verse is this from? And Ted Cruz is like, I don't remember the exact verse. I'm giving you what I remember learning in when I was growing up and in the Bible and everything else. And Tucker Carlson was like, how am I supposed to believe anything you say when you don't even know what you're quoting from, right? And then Tucker goes, it's from Genesis. And that's all I remember. I don't remember if he gave like a specific chapter or verse, but he said, Tucker goes, it's from Genesis. And I was like, okay, well, and then he's talking to Ted Cruz and he goes, how many people are in Iran? And Ted goes, I don't know how many people. And Tucker Carlson's like, how can you not know how many people are in Iran? Like, isn't that your job to know? And he says like 92 million or something like that, like a whole lot of people. The reason I'm bringing it up is because I feel like there is a lot of pointing fingers and fighting amongst people for or against Israel right now. For me, it's not a Israel-Iran thing, which, I mean, at the end of the day, that's exactly what it is. But for me, it's a keep America out of it. And I was thinking about this morning, I'm in the shower and I play these whole ass conversations in my head before we ever get here. And then I'm like, man, I should have recorded all that while I was talking to myself in my brain. But I was thinking to myself, let's say you're walking down the street, okay? And you see a argument between two people. You see an argument between two people. You know what I'm not going to do? Go insert myself into the middle of their argument when I have nothing to do with either side of this argument. These two people are arguing. Why would I go put myself in the middle of this argument? If I were to go do that, do you take a side or are you just trying to separate them, right? But if you go to separate them, then they're going to turn their anger and their retaliation and whatever else on you. So now you have put yourself into a position to get yourself hurt, to get yourself dragged into something that you had no need to be in to begin with. And that's how I feel about the Israel-Iran thing. And I fully understand that that's probably not accurate because, you know, Iran, we have the whole oil issue. Now they're saying that Iran's going to close some name of some little sea river thingy that I read earlier. And now I can't remember, but that's where a lot of the oil passes through on its way out to wherever it's going. And I cannot remember the name of it, but now they're saying Iran's going to close it off, which will then hurt us oil wise. Prices go up, all this other kind of stuff. Strait of however you say that. I read it, but Strait of Hormuz, I don't know how you say it, but y'all know, thank you for that, because, but they're saying they're going to close that down. Then we're going to have problems with oil. Okay. Well, then Israel is, if we don't back Israel, they're supposed to be one of our biggest allies. We're supposed to be one of their biggest allies. And if we don't side with them, would they then turn on us? It's a little bit crazy how it feels like, I mean, it feels like a clusterfuck. At the end of the day, I don't really know a better word for it than that, because you have a lot of people posting that we should not be pushing for President Trump to join the fight with Israel. But you also have people pushing that we should be stopping Iran because they should not have nuclear weapons. President Trump has said that forever and a day. This is nothing new, right? But how do you stop Iran if you're not siding with Israel? But if you side with Israel, then Iran looks at you now as a threat, and then they come after you. It's, again, the whole thing is just not good. Not good is the nicest words I can think of to use for this right now. Hold on, I'm trying to get the rest of this information. Excuse me. So 3 hours ago, Benny Johnson posted that, and this is President Trump, Iran wants to meet and discuss a deal at the White House. I'm going to play this for you. It's all of 23 seconds, but it is President Trump speaking on C-SPAN earlier today. If I can get the volume up.
Look, they should have made the deal. I had a great deal for them. They should have made that deal. 60 days we talked about it, and in the end they decided not to do it, and now they wish they did it. And they want to meet, but it's a little late to meet, but they want to meet. And they want to come to the White House. They'll even come to the White House. So we'll see. I may do that, but it's a shame it could have been done the easy way.
So the problem is, okay. So I'm not a politician, right? I'm not a journalist. I'm just a chick with a camera and a microphone. I say it all the time. But from the outside of all of it, looking in as a citizen of the United States of America, who consistently talks about the Trojan horse of the illegal immigrants and everything else, letting Iranian leaders into the White House feels very Olympus Has Fallen, White House Down, all these kind of things with all these different movies. I don't like it. It immediately gives me, to quote my daughter, it gives me the ick, right? Like I immediately don't trust it. And there's no need for this to be an in-person thing. No reason at all for this to be an in-person thing. This can be done over Zoom, okay? This can be done over a phone call. This can be done in a neutral setting if necessary. Like if you must, for some reason, meet face-to-face, neutral setting. Not on our soil, not on their soil. I don't like it. Like I said, it gives me bad vibes, and the fact that he's considering allowing it does bother me a little bit. Raymond Penix, thank you. I know, hold on. I did see a comment come through earlier that I missed completely. Freedom said, you guys are an awesome couple. Retired oil fields trucker and crane operator in California. I love my American flag. Freedom, thank you so much. Look, I didn't ever, this is off topic, but my husband and I used to have a construction company pre-COVID and during COVID, and then everything went to shit. And I'll just tell you guys, I don't know if he's ever mentioned it on his channel, but we sold our company because we refused to make our employees get the jab, and we could not continue on with government contracts unless everybody had a jab, and we were not going to make people do that. So we sold our company instead of putting people's lives at risk with a drug that nobody really knew what it was going to do. It sucks. We loved our company, but I care about the people more, right? So that's that. Why was I telling you? Were saying crane operator, and that's why I was telling you, and then I don't know where I was going with that, but I love y'all anyway. Let's continue on. What was I going to say next? Hold on. I've lost my brain because this is what happens. Okay, so Ann Vanderstill posted this earlier, and she said, I'm not getting what I voted for. Are you? And I want to read this to you. This is what she reposted. Oh, let me just show it to you so you know I'm not like pulling shit out my butt here. This is what Ann Vanderstill reposted. Okay, you can see her comment and then the repost below it. And this is from some guy named Owen Schroyer. Maybe I should know who he is. I have no idea. And this person posted, you can rebrand, repackage, and try to sell us another war in the Middle East, but no one serious is buying, and the result will be the same. What makes it worse is we get Middle East intervention before, and then names tax cuts, mass deportations, deep state arrest, Epstein list, JFK files, Doge cuts. And I'm thinking to myself, but that's a lie. That doesn't make sense, because we do have tax cuts that are in the One Big Beautiful Bill. We've had mass deportations. Hello, have you not watched a single bit of the news or anything else or social media or seen the No Kings protests and the libtards losing their shit because of the amount of mass deportations that we've had? We have had those. Deep state arrests. I don't know about that, so I can't speak on that. I do know that some people have been spoken to. I don't know if anybody's been arrested there, so I'm going to hold off on that one. Epstein list. Okay, we're still working on that. According to Pam Bondi, we have tons and tons of video footage on the island, and according to Kash Patel, we don't. So trying to figure out where we're going with that. JFK files. They did release more JFK information. Maybe there isn't more. I doubt that. But I do believe that they have released some, right? So there's something there. And then Doge cuts. Doge cuts are exactly what's in the next part of the one of the bills. I don't know the name. I don't know the reference number. I just know it's out there. There's a bunch of Doge cuts that are getting voted on right now. So it's like, you can say that this isn't what you voted for, but I'm getting exactly what I voted for, minus the possibility of being in a Israel-Iran World War III. I did not vote for that. I'll tell you that much right now. I definitely did not vote for that. But everything else, no tax on tips. That went through, right? Yeah, on tips. So I don't know. It's a thing. And a lot of people are wishy-washy these days. Wishy-washy. Now, you don't have to be a MAGA, whatever, till the day you die, Trump supported till the day you die. But the first time the president is in a situation where we don't know all the information, we only have what we're all talking about, right? We don't have it all. So to turn around and immediately start throwing Trump under the bus is kind of bitch ass behavior, no matter who you are. Nothing has happened. Nothing has happened. Israel and Iran are still, bombing each other, but nothing's happened to us. So the whole The whole talking crap about Trump and the situation is a little weird to me. Like I said, I am not a fan of the possibility of the leaders of Iran coming to the United States to go to the White House. Not something I really, really want. And I fully understand why the president has to have the talks he has to have now. It's not like he can just not do anything and just sit quietly by and let nothing and like do nothing. He has to. He is the president of the United States of America, the most powerful country in the entire world. No matter what these other countries want you to think, we are top dog, Mac Daddy of all of it, right? So he has to be in the discussions of it all. But until something actually pops off, he has not done anything that I did not vote for. So that's how I feel about that. Christopher says, make America great again. Exactly. Exactly that. Then what else do we have here? I'm trying to figure out. The NAACP decided they're not going to invite Trump to their convention, which breaks a 100+ year tradition. They don't want Trump there. I'm guessing because they're stupid, because Trump has always supported the NAACP and black men and women in general. They have supported Trump in the past. So for them not to bring him in now is absolutely ridiculous. And what is this one? Jesse Waters posted up yesterday afternoon that Trump says Ayatollah can run, but he can't hide. Israel is begging the U.S. to drop the massive penetrator on, I'm a child, I'm here, massive penetrator on Iran's nuclear sites. Tehran says if we do, it'll go berserk on us. These are Jesse Waters' words. Trump has a big decision to make, and it will be his most consequential decision, which is true. If we go as the United States of America to blow up where Iran's nuclear whatevers are, that immediately puts us in a position of World War III. It puts us in the forefront of it. If we are the first ones to make that kind of move, it means that we are the ones actually starting the major war. Right now, between Israel and Iran, still a major war. Ukraine, Russia, still a major war. But once the United States of America is in it, it takes it to a completely different level. So that is something we have got to pay attention to. And then, in case you hadn't seen this, this was yesterday. This was Benny Johnson posted this. He said, Iran's Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi declares the Islamic Republic is collapsing and its end has come. He says that the Islamic Republic has come to its end and is collapsing. What has begun is irreversible. The future is bright, and together we will navigate this sharp turn in history. Now is the time to stand. It is time to take back Iran. May I be with you soon. And, you know, this is the guy that's talking. I'm not going to play the audio because I don't understand it. So I'm not going to make y'all listen to it. I have no idea what's going there. Oh, there's the one. I knew I had saved it. Look, y'all already told me. But Iran is planning to close the Strait of Hormuz so that... they said 30% of the global oil supply goes through there. Excuse me. Because yesterday the Pentagon announced it was moving more fighter jets to the Middle East, and they're saying something major is about to happen. But Iran, if you guys remember yesterday, they said that something last night was going to happen that would shock the world. The only thing I could think that would be is this part where they're preparing to close the Strait of Hormuz, or however you say it, because they did not do anything. They didn't do anything crazy. Yeah, Tel Aviv is still getting bombarded, and Tehran are getting bombarded back and forth. But the only thing that Iran technically did that would shock the whole world or have an impact on the whole world would be if they were to close the Strait of Hormuz or whatever, because of the oil. It's going to affect a lot of different countries. So maybe that's what they meant. When I woke up this morning, it was like 5 something, and my husband's already on his phone next to me, like looking stuff up. And I was like, babe. And he said, what? I said, did Iran nuke us? And he said, no. I said, okay, I'm going back to sleep. Goodbye. And then I went back to sleep, because you got to pay attention. But they were definitely, the president and everybody around him were definitely up late last night, because Kayleigh McEnany, I can never say her last name to save my friggin' life. The Pentagon Pizza Report, it says here the closest Papa John's and Pizza Hut to the Pentagon have both surged in traffic. And you think Pizza Gate, and then you know, but this was actually because they're saying that at the Pentagon, I'll show you the pictures here. So you have this at 9 o'clock and then that one at 9 o'clock. So they're saying that they were staying late, having a big meeting. They ordered a bunch of pizza, good for Papa John's to get their name in the news, I guess, Pizza Hut and Papa John's. But they, in theory, were there last night. They were worried about Iran because they had made that comment of something big that the whole world was going to remember. And then, you know, now we have the talk of the doomsday plane moving around. It's a whole lot. It's a whole lot going on. But as of right now, nothing has really happened. There is a lot of speculation. There's a lot of conjecture. I just want to use big words today. There's a lot of what ifs, but nothing has actually popped off with the United States and either siding with Israel or going after Iran on our own. Yes, there may be fighter jets out there. Yes, you know, Trump may be talking to Netanyahu. Yes, he may be offering the guy from Iran to come over and have a conversation. But at this time, that's all it is. That's all it is. It's the talk. So we have to pay attention to everything, obviously. But as of right now, that's really all we have with it, you know? So that's all I want to talk about with Israel and Iran. I'll mention a couple more things and I'll let you guys go. My arm is bothering me today. I keep having this like numb, tingly feeling right here, like through right here, and then a little bit right here. And I don't know if it means I slept on it stupid or I have a pinched nerve or whatever. But anytime something weird like that happens, it like weirds me out. And I'm like, is this a heart attack? Is this what it feels like? But I'm pretty sure that's here, but it is my left arm. So then I'm a little worried, but we're on a live stream. So if anything happens, Sarah, you have Kevin's phone number. You can let him know. But I think we'll be fine. I think we're fine. The other thing I wanted to mention to you guys, which I could do a whole ass video on this, but we're not. The woman, the representative from Minnesota, Melissa Hortman. Remember how the guy, what's his name, Vance Bortel, they said killed her and her husband? Well, a break-in has been reported at the home of slain Minnesota rep Melissa Hortman. Why? Why would anybody break in at this point after she has been murdered and everything else? Why would you break in? You have to wonder if the whole reason for her murder and then the attempted murder of the other guy, I can't remember his name. I'm awful. I'm sorry. You have to wonder if all of that was because of something they had on them that they were trying to get. We saw the interview, which I forgot to show y'all, but we saw the interview after she got done voting Republican-wise. As a Democrat, she voted Republican-wise to end the funding for illegal health care in Minnesota. She was the only Democrat to not back, you know, letting them keep it, and instead to take it away from them. And she had an interview afterwards where she was crying and she was worried about it because, you know, when you go against your party as a Democrat, Republicans, I think we talk it out or whatever, but as a Democrat, you get shunned and murdered, it looks like. So it's interesting that now somebody has broken into her house. I don't think we'll ever know why or what was taken, if anything was taken. This truck is so stupid looking that's going by me. It's got that Carolina lean. Y'all, I wish you could see it. Shine Monkey, make America shine again. Okay, well, I like their trailer they were driving, so I take it back. The truck still looks stupid, but make America shine again. I like that. Obviously, he is not a libtard. Good for you, guy. Either way, I don't think we'll ever know exactly what somebody broke into her house for, but I'll keep an eye on that as well. And last but not least, Trump and Elon defund the USAID, right? 1 month later, the DNC, they're now saying that they're broke. So according to this, inside the chaos swirling through a DNC desperate for cash, it said under its new leader, Ken Martin, the Democratic National Committee has been plagued by infighting and a drop in big donations, raising alarms from Democrats as they try to win back power. So they're saying they don't have money. And it's like, well, you had Kamala Harris blow through $1.2 billion in 90 days and still not pay people. I'm not surprised you guys are broke. Y'all spent money on Beyonce and Cardi B and whatever other trash that they did, all kinds of really stupid things, right? Absolutely ridiculous. But there's other stuff we can talk about, but my throat is starting to feel real dry and I don't want to talk anymore. So I know you'll probably never hear me say that again, but I love y'all immensely. Thank you for letting me have this conversation with you. We will continue this conversation sometime tomorrow. I will be driving to Atlanta tomorrow, so I don't know when we're going to have a conversation. It might just be a regular upload, so make sure you guys are checking back for that just in case. Yeah, that's it. Okay. I love y'all. Have a good night. Bye.